16 channels, not 16 videos. 16 entire AI channels gone in a single week this past January. 35 million subscribers and 4.7 billion views switched off for good. And here's the one detail that should stop you cold if you're building one of these. On every one of those channels, some of the videos were probably fine. It didn't matter. When YouTube pulls the plug, it doesn't pull one video. It pulls the whole channel, because your monetization isn't graded video by video. It's graded channel by channel. So one lazy templated batch can drag down everything else you've built, even your good work. There's a single line in YouTube's policy that decides which side of that you land on, and it's not the line most people think it is. I'm not giving it away until you can actually use it.
Kai here, and I'm the one who'll pressure test every promise on this channel, so let me kill the panic first. This is not a story about AI being banned. It isn't. Plenty of channels use AI every single day and get paid. The 16 didn't lose everything for using a tool. They lost it for how they used it.
Michael here, and the fix is concrete, not some vague vibe. There's a short list of things you add to AI content that keep you clearly on the safe side. None of it's a trick. It's just the difference between a video a person made with help and a video a machine made alone.
I'm Liam, and I'll be the one asking whether any of this is worth the effort. Because here's the tension nobody says out loud. The whole appeal of AI was doing less. What you three are about to describe is doing more. So somebody has to ask if the shortcut is even a shortcut anymore.
Fair, Liam, and we'll settle that head on before we're done. But start with what you're actually protecting. It isn't this one upload. It's the channel, the subscribers, the back catalog, all of it, riding on how a reviewer reads your work. So the whole game is leaving what I'll call a human fingerprint on every video. Proof a person was here. That fingerprint is exactly what those 16 channels never left.
And a fingerprint isn't a feeling, it's specific. Your angle, your judgment, your voice. We can name every part of it, and you can check your own channel against it tonight.
Before we go further, here's the question I see under every video on this topic, from people who are genuinely scared. They want to know, if I use AI to make my videos, will I automatically get demonetized? And the straight answer is no, not automatically. It rides entirely on that fingerprint. Use AI with nothing human on top, and yes, you're at risk. Use it as a tool and stay in the frame, and you're fine.
So no, using AI isn't the crime. Getting caught with nothing of yourself in the video is. We built a place to make this concrete. Everything in this series lives at grow.professorerica.com with a free eligibility checklist you can run your own channel against before you ever upload. Coming up. The one policy line in plain English. The 5 moves that leave that fingerprint. And the same topic built 2 ways, one that dies and one that earns. So here's the line, in plain English, straight from YouTube's own monetization policy. In July of 2025, they renamed the old repetitious content rule. The new name is Inauthentic Content. And the wording matters, so listen to what it actually says. AI tools are welcome. Content made with AI stays eligible. But it has to be your original work, or add significant original commentary. That word significant is carrying all the weight, and I don't want you taking my word for it, so this is the actual page on YouTube's help site. Right here, it spells out that mass-produced and templated content, the kind that's easy to replicate at scale, is not eligible to earn. Same policy, 2 halves. Use the tool, welcome. Let the tool be the whole author, not welcome.
And that split is the entire thing. YouTube isn't scanning for whether you touched AI, it's scanning for whether a human was in charge. Did a person decide the angle, shape the story, make the calls, or did a script get scraped, fed to a robot voice, and posted on a timer with nobody home?
But that's a judgment call, not a checklist. Who decides what counts as significant? Because significant to me might read as lazy to a reviewer.
That's the right worry, so here's exactly where a reviewer draws that line. 2 columns. On the left, assistance. Your idea, you directing the tool, real commentary a viewer couldn't get from the raw source. On the right, replacement. A scraped script, a default voice dump, the same template stamped out 50 times. The left earns for years. The right is what got erased.
And the test for which column you're in is almost embarrassingly simple. In your head, take the AI out of your video. Is there still a human idea standing? An angle, a take, a judgment? If yes, you're on the left. If nothing's left but a blank screen, you're on the right, and significant was never there.
Which is a genuinely low bar, honestly.
Low, sure, but look at the terminated list. They couldn't clear even that. They didn't want an angle, they wanted upload volume with nobody home. That's the whole gap between the safe column and the deleted one.
And remember what a no actually costs you now. It isn't one video's ad money, it's the channel. So significant isn't a nice to have. It's insurance on everything you've already built. There's also a second half people miss. YouTube still reviews commentary and reaction content under its own separate rule, so real commentary was never the thing on the chopping block.
So that's the line. Assist, you're eligible. Replace, you're gone. Which makes the real question practical. What exactly do you add so a reviewer sees the human? Michael, you've had this list ready all episode. Get it up on the board. Quick, honest ask while we are here. If this has been worth your time so far, hit like, then subscribe and ring the bell. I know everyone asks, but this one is free, and it is how a small channel like this actually grows.
So what do you actually add? 5 moves. Put these on any AI video and a reviewer sees the human. Skip all 5 and you're the template that gets swept. Let me get the whole list up first, then we'll take them one at a time. Here's the checklist. 1. Write your own script and angle. 2. Make real editorial cuts. 3. Direct the voice instead of dumping a default read. 4. Vary your formats. 5. Add commentary the raw source could never give. Every one of those is a place a person shows up.
Move 1 is the foundation, and it's the one people cheat first. Write your own script and angle, not a scraped article read back word for word. You decide what this video argues and what it's really about. The AI can help you phrase it. It can't decide what you think.
Move 2 is the one beginners skip, real editorial cuts. You deciding what stays and what gets thrown out. That judgment, keep this line, drop that one, is the human layer a reviewer can actually see on the finished video.
Move 3, direct the voice. Choose the tone, fix the pronunciation, pace it for meaning. A directed read sounds like a person made a choice. A default dump sounds like every dead channel on that terminated list, and a reviewer can hear that in seconds.
Move 4, vary your formats. 10 identical videos in a row is the single loudest slop signal there is, because sameness at scale is the exact pattern the policy names. Mix your structure, your angles, your lengths.
And move 5 is the whole ballgame. Add commentary the raw source could never give. A take, an argument, a point a viewer couldn't get by reading the article themselves. That's value beyond the material, and it's the clearest proof a human was here.
Now here's the mirror image, so you feel the difference. Skip all 5, and this is what you get. A scraped script read by the default voice over the same template on a timer. No take, no cuts, nobody home. That's not a channel. That's a machine wearing your logo, and it's exactly the pattern that got erased.
Liam, you've had a question climbing this whole list. Go ahead.
I do, and it's the one everyone's quietly wondering. If AI builds the whole video but I wrote every word, am I still on the safe side?
Yes, and that's the cleanest example of the rule there is. If you wrote every word, the idea and the angle are yours. The tool just executed your writing. That's assistance textbook. The line was never about how much AI touched it. It's about whether a person was the author. You were. You're fine.
So that's the how. 5 moves you can run against your own channel tonight. But there's one view of all this we still haven't heard, from the person on the other side of the decision. Let's get it. Now, everything we've said is from the outside looking in. But a question keeps coming up that deserves a real answer, not a guess. People want to know what a reviewer is actually looking at when your channel comes up for monetization. Is it the videos one by one, or the channel as a whole? What tips a reviewer from yes to no?
And it's worth getting straight from someone who studies it, not from another creator guessing on a thumbnail. Because the answer changes how you'd build the whole channel, not just one upload.
So let's not guess. I've got someone on the line who studies exactly how these monetization decisions get made, who has watched hundreds of AI channels pass and fail and knows the pattern cold. Let me bring her in.
Hi, glad to jump in. I spend my time looking at why some AI channels keep their monetization and others lose it overnight. So this is right in my lane.
Thanks for picking up. So settle the big one for everyone building right now. When a channel comes up, is a reviewer grading it video by video, or the whole channel at once?
The whole channel. That's the piece most people miss. A reviewer is looking for a pattern across your uploads, not judging one video in isolation. So one great video can't save a channel that's otherwise templated, and a couple of weak ones won't sink a channel that clearly has a person behind it.
So it really is the channel on the line, not the video. Then what's the single thing that tips a reviewer toward yes?
A visible point of view. On a channel that passes, I can tell what the creator thinks and why they made this instead of 100 other versions. On the ones that fail, there's nothing to point at, just a topic fed through a machine, no hand on the cut.
Let me push on that though. Doesn't every AI channel now claim it has a point of view? What actually separates a real one from a channel that just says the words?
You can see it in the choices, not the claims. A real point of view shows up as consistency, the same voice and judgment across videos. You can't fake that at volume. The channels that get flagged give themselves away by being interchangeable, one template wearing 100 titles.
That word interchangeable is exactly the thing people should test themselves against. Thank you for cutting through it so clearly.
Happy to help, and thanks for having me. If you take one thing from this, make it this. Build a channel only you could have made, and the review takes care of itself.
That's the whole series in one sentence, honestly. Only you could have made it.
Right, so now we've got the line, the 5 moves, and the reviewer's own view of it. There's one thing left that makes it real. Watch the exact same topic get built 2 ways, the version that gets erased and the version that earns. So let's make it concrete with one topic, built 2 ways. Say the topic is a news explainer, the kind 1,000 faceless channels churn out every day. Same subject, same facts on both sides. Watch what actually changes. Here's the same video, side by side. The Slop build, a scraped article read by a default robot voice over stock footage, using the exact template you used yesterday. The original build, the same facts, but your take on why it matters, a voice you actually directed, and a point a viewer couldn't get from the source article. Same topic, one gets erased, one earns.
And notice what actually changed. Not the facts, those are identical. What changed is that a person showed up, chose an angle, made a cut, said something. That's the entire delta between the 2 columns, and it's also the whole difference between getting paid and getting pulled.
Okay, here's where I earn my keep. Everything in that second column is more work. More time per video, fewer uploads a week. So be honest with me, Kai. Is the extra effort actually worth it, or is that just the price of admission now?
It's worth it, and here's the cold math. The added work is the moat. Anyone can scrape and dump, which is exactly why it pays nothing and gets wiped. The angle, the voice, the analysis, that's the part a competitor can't copy and a reviewer can't ignore. Fewer, better videos beat more, templated ones on every axis that actually pays.
Except most people won't actually do it.
Most won't, and that's precisely the moat. The handful who do own the niche because the lazy majority already disqualified themselves. Scarcity of effort is the whole edge.
And I want to be fair about the other side because there's a real fork here. If you can't or won't add that human layer, the honest move isn't to fake it at volume. It's to make fewer videos and actually mean them. One real video a week beats 10 templates a day, and you'll sleep better. If your only plan was volume with nothing of yourself in it, this genuinely isn't the business for you, and that's the truth the hype won't tell you.
That I can live with. Not everyone needs a channel. But if you're going to build one, build it like a person made it.
So here's the verdict, and the policy itself backs it. You don't have to choose between using AI and getting monetized. You choose between assisting and replacing. Leave your fingerprint on every video, your angle, your judgment, your voice, and your whole channel stays eligible. That isn't gaming the system. That's just making something worth watching. Quick recap before we close. You can absolutely make money on YouTube with AI. The tool was never the problem. Replacing yourself with it is. YouTube grades your whole channel, not one video, so one templated batch can put everything you've built at risk.
The line to memorize: assist versus replace. If you can pull the AI out and a human idea is still standing, you're eligible. If nothing's left, you're the pattern that gets wiped.
One action before bed: run your own channel against the 5 moves. Your script, your cuts, your directed voice, varied formats, real commentary. If one's missing, that's your homework. And send this to the friend who still thinks AI means free money.
The fine print I care about. This is more work than the hype promised. If you won't do the human layer, do fewer videos, not fake ones. The best is service. Monetization and getting banned.
Next in the series, we go deeper on the slop trap itself. The exact patterns that pass and the ones that die, laid out side by side.
If this gave you the real playbook instead of the panic, hit like and subscribe, because we're building this whole roadmap one video at a time. And that free eligibility checklist is waiting for you at grow.professorerica.com.
Here's the one we couldn't settle today, so tell us in the comments. Is the extra human work worth it to you, or would you rather make fewer videos and keep it simple?
Keep these notes close and put them to work this week. Thanks for watching. This is Professor Erica.